Laker fans, what's going on? Great to see everybody. What an opening night win. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for our guys. 110 to 103 over the Minnesota Timberwolves. There was a lot of positive things in that game we're going to get into here in this video a little bit. Alan broke it down beautifully on the post-game show after, and people were really excited. You know, first Laker dub of the season, obviously, first game. First opening night win since 2016. That was ginormous. I mean, the Lakers start in a hole every year. And a couple years ago, it was 2-10. I mean, it hasn't been pretty hard for the Lakers. So to get an opening night win was a really big deal and really exciting. So I'll talk about three things today in the video. Anthony Davis praising JJ Redick. He had some cool comments about JJ Redick after the game. The bench rotation, who played, who didn't play. And then we're talking about the Phoenix Suns. Do a little team preview about them. The Lakers play them a lot, as we know. They're a good team, going to be in the Western Conference playoffs, likely going to be a team the Lakers might have to play. The Lakers play them tomorrow in LA, and then next week they're playing them in Phoenix. So we're going to see this team twice in a week. Talk about them a little bit later. But first, Anthony Davis praising JJ Redick. He had said after the game plan, the schemes that he had on both ends of the floor, he trusts us. We trust him as far as what he teaches us, what he wants us to do on the floor on both ends, and it's our job to go execute it. I think we were very prepared tonight. Prepared is the number one word there. Anthony Davis was one of Darvin Ham's biggest critics in the offseason, in the playoffs. After the Nuggets game, he literally went to the media and said, "We don't even know what we're doing out there," which was a direct shot at Darvin Ham because it was his job to make sure the team knew what they were doing, obviously as the head coach of the team. It's cool to see how much this team loves JJ Redick. You can just tell. You can see on the bench. You can see they doused him in champagne after get his first win when he was breaking down the team huddle after the game. The Lakers posted a video today about them at practice. They were doing like a guards versus bigs thing. The bigs got the ball on the outside. They got two dribbles to try to score, and it was just a fun thing. JJ Redick went up against Jackson Hayes, actually, his old teammate, and got a stop, and the team went nuts. They just look like they're having fun, and that's not something that we've seen the last few years. The Lakers obviously get a lot of criticism. It's Los Angeles. It's the Laker brand. And they just, they didn't seem like Darvin Ham. They wanted to play for Darvin Ham. It seems like they really bought into this. And all the stuff we heard in the offseason about guys buying in, they're really interested in the system, it seems like it's coming to fruition because they really did seem to be playing together on opening night. And I think you saw that with the defense. The defense was excellent. Even no Jared Vanderbilt. He wasn't there. Cam Reddish didn't even play. Redick didn't play him. Two of your best defenders, and they held him to 50 points halfway through the third quarter with like 7 minutes to go. This team was playing hard-nosed defense. They were really getting after it, sharing the ball, switching on screens. I think that was a great adjustment by JJ Redick, and the fact that he knows that all last year, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves were getting blown by quick guards, opposing guards. And then you realize, let's just take it away. We know they're slow off the dribble. Let's switch. Let's make this let's help ourselves out. Let's know our limitations. Let's stop trying to have D'Lo and Austin Reeves play iso ball against great offensive players like SGA and Anthony Edwards and things. They really played team defense. AD was obviously amazing with 36 points, 16 boards. Seems like they really bought in the system. And I know it's one game. I know people are going to go, calm down. It's an 82-game season. I hear you. And I'm totally with that. But it is something to get excited about. I do think JJ Redick knows what he's doing. The Lakers got a lot of flack from the media. It was kind of the running joke. Oh, look, they hired a guy who's never even coached AAU ball before, high school basketball before. And he goes out and beats a team that should be one of the top teams in the Western Conference. And he made good adjustments. I love what I saw from him. He was even getting after D'Lo during the game. He was yelling at the refs. Let me tell you something. Darvin Ham wasn't yelling at no refs last year, and that wasn't happening. Or D'Lo, he had no command of the team. It was just cool to see JJ Redick passionate. He's already petitioning the NBA to play with warning game balls instead of just the brand new ones. He was saying, any hooper knows this, that the warning balls actually feel better in the hand, coming out of the hand with the shot versus one that's right out of the box made. I love it. You can tell how passionate he is, how much he knows the game. The team really seems to dig him. And it's a sign of good things to come, I think, that, it was a nice little payback because the Lakers were going to kind of get made fun of. And JJ Redick was like, Yeah, I know basketball. I was a really good player in this league for a long time. So treat me like I'm some kind of, guy that doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, some media member that lucked in this job. Like, I did play 12, I believe it was 12 NBA seasons. So it was cool to see. And I'm excited to see what he cooks up for Friday. He made adjustments. I think another amazing thing he did, he called timeouts. Wow, Darvin Ham. Imagine what happens when you call timeouts when other teams go on runs. If Darvin Ham was coaching that game last night, I think the Lakers would have jumped out to a lead because that's what they normally did. And then when the Timberwolves went on their run and cut it to 4, Darvin Ham wouldn't have called a timeout. The Timberwolves probably go up 10. The Lakers probably fight back at the end of the game, but they still lose. JJ Redick was like, we're calling a timeout. We're stopping the momentum. Let's draw up a play. D'Lo had been struggling all night, and then he comes out of that, gets a bucket and 2 assists, and puts it back up to 10 pretty quickly and kind of reimposes the Lakers' will. I think it was an excellent coaching performance from JJ Redick, and it's cool to see the players kind of praising him and giving him some of the respect that I think he deserves. So heading to my next point, the bench rotation. We've been talking about how he wanted to do a 9-man rotation. He said that. So it was kind of, who was going to play outside the starters. We knew obviously who the starting 5 would be and other guys who was going to play. 10 guys played last night. Obviously, one of those was Bronny, played 3 minutes. It was cool. It was cool to see the father-son moment. It was great seeing them together. It's reports he's probably not going to be playing much more. They're not going to force feed him minutes because he hasn't really shown that he deserves minutes yet. But hey, all credit to Bronny. Thought it was really cool him checking in with LeBron the other night. He had a pretty nice rebound, but he shouldn't be cracking the rotation right now. So it really, the guys who played, Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes, Max Christie, Dalton Connect. Jackson Hayes had a nice night, 10 points. Gabe Vincent, Max Christie, pretty disappointing, each only having a bucket, 2 points. And Dalton Connect, 5 points, 2 for 4. He buried that triple over the middle. Just fired that thing. He's only going to keep getting better as the season goes on. And I think some of the pressure on Bronny actually helps Dalton Connect a little bit. Everyone talks about Bronny and LeBron in that whole storyline. And people forget that Dalton Connect was, some people thought should have been the 6th overall pick, falls all the way to 17. And it's just been great. But he doesn't have that pressure of you need to come in and produce immediately if Bronny wasn't on the team. People all talk about Bronny, and I think they're letting Dalton Connect kind of grow a little bit. And halfway through the season, I think he's going to be a really good player. You see the flashes now, and he's only going to keep getting more consistent and more consistent. And I'm excited to see what JJ Redick keeps working with him. So those are going to be the 4 guys you think that are going to be getting minutes. Jalen Hood-Schifino is doubtful for tomorrow. They think he's going to be out. Reddish didn't play. So Jared Vanderbilt's the only guy that's out right now. Maybe Christian Wood. That Jared Vanderbilt's definitely going to play. Christian Wood's a maybe. If Jackson Hayes keeps playing like this, I don't know how many minutes Christian Wood will see. But Jared Vanderbilt, I wonder if he'll kick someone out of the rotation or they're going to make it 10. Are they going to go 10-man rotation even though JJ Redick said 9? I wonder who it would be. It would suck if it was Dalton Connect because I think he really has shown the highest upside of all of these guys. Jackson Hayes, you need a guy he's probably the most secure because you need a guy to spell Anthony Davis when Anthony Davis is out. I don't see you benching Gabe Vincent because he got the big contract, 3 years, $36 million. Or in Max Christie, you just signed him to a 4-year, $32 million contract, so it's tough to see him not getting minutes. That you're paying him $8 million a year, so you don't want him to not be playing. So I hope that doesn't mean Connect gets iced out on time. I don't think it will. I think he's earned a lot of minutes, but hopefully they just go to a 10-man rotation and bring Vanderbilt in for great defense. And, there's a lot of questions about whether Jared Vanderbilt could push Rui Hachimura for that starting spot. Rui looked great the other night. 7 for 14, 50% from the field, 18 points. That's kind of production you want out of Rui Hachimura, a guy that can he adds that kind of stretch 4, stretch 3, Michael Porter Jr.-esque type player. He has high upside scoring. He can play defense. It's cool to see him living up to that contract in one game into the season, and I hope that continues. Look at the Phoenix Suns. This team won an overtime game, 116-113 over the Clippers with no Kawhi Leonard. James Harden had a big night. They broke in the Intuit Dome. There was a pretty crazy game last night. Kevin Durant had 8 for 17, 25 points. Bradley Beal actually had a pretty nice night. He's been heavily criticized because he has not played up to that kind of third star that they've been looking for. But he went 8 for 12, 4 for 6 from 3, 24 points in total. Devin Booker had kind of a quiet night, 5 for 9, 15 points. He actually fouled out of the game in regulation. They had an 11-man rotation last night, which is pretty surprising. I doubt that that'll keep up. They're really looking for that starting point guard. That's kind of what's been hanging over the Suns the last couple of years, is that they don't really have a point guard. They try to play Devin Booker at point guard. That doesn't really work. He really is more of a shooting guard. It kind of limits his scoring. So they signed Tyus Jones, brought in Monte Morris. Tyus Jones had 11 points, 8 assists. He played around 35 minutes last night. Monte Morris came off the bench. He had 5 points. So looks like Tyus Jones is going to be the guy that's going to be facilitating. The Suns are a good team, and we kind of keep saying it. They can beat anybody in the NBA in a one-game scenario. They obviously have Durant, Booker, high upside talent. I don't know how sustainable that is over the season. They really need those guys to be healthy and playing. They each got to drop 30 every night, and there's not a very deep bench there. I think the Lakers are a lot more complete team, actually, than the Phoenix Suns are. Tyus Jones is a nice piece. Obviously, they got Nurkic. I'm really excited in this game. I want to see Anthony Davis play well, because Anthony Davis was obviously unreal against the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, a guy he thinks he should have won Defensive Player of the Year over, got that huge block. Nurkic has caused AD problems before, and especially on the rebounding end. I really want to see him continue that and kind of impose his will on some of the bigs in the West and remind people that Anthony Davis is the top 5 player in the league when he's playing like it, when he's kind of locked in. And this is another great test to be able to do that. These 2 games early in the season against the Suns, Friday and then next week, these are big deals. Tiebreakers already, obviously, it's super early, but these are games you want to win. So if you are fighting for spots, you want to win these games against your Timberwolves, your Suns, where you could possibly move up that seeding and hopefully avoid the play-in tournament. But just so excited. Our Lakers are back. Obviously, big night for LA sports tomorrow with the Dodgers in the World Series. SC's taking on Rutgers tonight, and then our Lakers playing the Suns. So super excited. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And let's go get it. Let's go start 2-0 in the year. Thank you.